Hello students, today we are going to start with chapter 11 of science, light, shadows and reflections. How do we human perceive the things around us? We have 5 senses that help us to interact with the world around us. These are sight, hearing, taste, smell and touch. Eyes help us to see things. Ear helps us hear sounds. We smell with our nose, taste with our tongue, and sense of touch is provided by our skin. Of course, all senses are important, but sense of sight is most important. Here is an interesting fact. We perceive almost 80% of the world around us by using our sense of sight. We see objects around us with our eyes. But then why don't our eyes see these objects in the dark? The answer to this question is light. We are able to see the objects around us because of the light coming out from these objects. The light from these objects travels in space and reaches our eyes. When it is dark or during night time, as there is no light, we are unable to see these objects clearly. Some objects can generate their own light. For example, the sun, the fluorescent bulb, burning candles can generate their own light. The objects that generate their own light are called luminous objects. There are many objects that do not generate their own light. The table, a chair, the wall, a paper are few of such examples. Such objects are called as non-luminous objects. But as I told you, we see objects around us because of light coming from them. And if objects like this cannot generate light, then how come we are able to see them? We are able to see them because of reflection of light. These objects reflect the light to our eyes. What light are they reflecting? Where is the light coming from? This light is coming from luminous objects. So how can we summarize this? We are able to see non-luminous objects because they reflect the light of the luminous objects falling on its surface. Let me repeat. Light coming from the luminous objects falls on the non-luminous objects. Non-luminous objects then reflect this light, and this reflected light travels towards our eyes. And that's why we see the objects. In the daytime, we are able to see blue sky, the white cloud and the green grass because the light from the sun is getting reflected by them and traveling towards our eyes. At night, we are able to see the moon because it is reflecting the light from the sun. Note that moon is non-luminous and it cannot generate its own light. As I said earlier, most of the objects we come across in daily life are non-luminous. We only see them because they reflect the light. Step inside a dark room, light up a torch and point it at a distant wall. Look carefully at the path of the light coming from the torch. You will see tiny dust particles in the air. What is the reason for it? Why are you able to see these particles? You are able to see the dust particles because the light from the torch is getting reflected from their surfaces and traveling towards our eyes. We also see the same thing in a dimly lit room where the only source of light is small amount of sunlight coming from the window. Today, we learned that reflection of light plays an important role. It's because of the reflection of light we are able to see most of the objects around us. So, that's all for today. Bye bye kids.